What's good, everybody? It's Johan. I'll come back at you with another video. So this video is going to be a little different than almost every other video I post on this channel because this video I'm actually going to issue a challenge to you, the viewer. And this challenge is to disconnect from everything. Now, what I mean by that, as far as disconnecting, I'm referring to your phone, essentially electronics, right? Your phone, your TV, your computer, your tablet, gaming device, whatever it is, right? Most important, me personally, I think is like your phone, the computer, and the TV. But I'm talking about like pretty much all electronics in general. And the reason why it's important, I would want you to issue you a challenge to do that, whether it's 24 hours, right? Whether it's for an entire week and you decide to do that, whether it's for an entire week. I want you to do that and experience that just so you can see the difference in the quality of your life, because I am expecting and anticipating that disconnecting will significantly improve the quality of your life. What I mean by that is, of course, I believe things will get better, but also it'll essentially force you or remind you to be more aware of the moment, to be more aware of your life and your surroundings and everything that's happening in your life, because the curse of technology, as many, with all the benefits that technology has given us, right? It's literally connected people around the world and does so much, right? With the phone, you can stay in touch with people, right? You can contact people, you can do whatever on your phone and your computer, right? All these things. But it's also, as much as it has brought people together, it's also kept us out of touch from the rest of the world, kept us out of touch from nature, kept us out of touch even from ourselves. And for a lot of people, it's like once they've been introduced to a computer and phone and tablet, whatever, it's like it's been incorporated into their daily lives, even myself, right? Incorporated into our daily lives. And a lot of times we don't give it thought to step away or to put it down for some time. Now, me personally, I have social media on my phone, but I don't use it. Like, I'm not on social media. Like, for example, with like a program like Instagram, right? I remember, back then, like at least during my college days, I was using Instagram because I was, heavily involved on campus and I needed to like promote events and do different things like that. So I was kind of like forced to be on Instagram, right? However, I remember that eventually after I graduated and then I was in the workplace and everything, I began stepping away from that and began focusing on myself, right? Because I wanted to better myself, bring out the best version of myself. And I remember like there would be so many times where I guess I would just have some free time, or like I'm just kind of like bored and I take out my phone and I mindlessly I would put in the passcode on my phone and then I would just instantly click Instagram without even thinking. Like this was like when I first began like trying to put down Instagram as an app, but because my mind was already wired to open up Instagram like as soon as I were to use my phone, it literally took me several days, if not probably weeks, to like rewire myself to not do that, to not get into the habit. And so when I reflect on that, like even something so simple, like for a lot of people, that's a really, of course, a very small example. But for me, that was something that was like eye opening, because I'm like, wow, like for a lot of us, we were just wired almost like zombies, where it's just we got the phone, and then as soon as the phone unlocks, we just immediately go and click Instagram without even without putting any thought. It's just automatic. It just happens, and like that same level of being automatic, it's for other people as well. Like for some people, right, could be like people's parents, right? They may come home and it's automatic for them to turn on the TV and just put on the news, and you know I understand the logic of why people watch the news, right? They watch it because they want to be informed with what's going on either in the area or in the world, and that's cool. But the trade-off is that you're being informed, quote unquote informed, and I use the quote unquote because of course the media outlets are selective with the stories that they want to share, right? So you're being quote unquote informed at the expense of your own sanity. And people don't question it. But once I began learning about the truth of the media and the news, I mean, I never really followed it to begin with, but that gave me more reason not to follow. And I don't pay attention to it whatsoever. But I noticed that that's how some people are wired too. It's just they'll go home and then they'll just put on the news and just they turn on TV and then the news will just be running and then they're doing things around the house with the news in the background. So whenever there's a crazy juicy story or some drama filled story or something, they just put on everything that they're doing and just run to TV to see what's being said and what's going on. And usually it's a bad story. And so they get scared or concerned and feel like the world is falling apart in that moment when in actuality everything's fine, right? You can go outside and you can see people with smiles on their face walking their dogs or children playing outside because school's out, like school just ended or it's summer vacation and they're having fun, right? Like something like that for like at least the news that can significantly or heavily skew someone's perspective as far as like what's happening because it's not typically reflective of how the world actually is. It's whatever the outlets want to share and how they want to shape the world and how they want people to view it. With your electronics, right? A lot of people are glued to their phones, and you know, it's a habit that I'm also trying to shake too. But that's why I also spend a lot of time away from it. Like I'll just have my phone like on my desk, and then I just won't pay attention to it. Like I'll leave it. I won't put it on silent because just in case if my family has to text me or call me, whatever. But I'll just put it away. And if there's group chats going on, I'll try not to focus on it. Right? Like it'll help you gain peace of mind. And the purpose of disconnecting from electronics and trying to disconnect from everything is so that you can give yourself an opportunity to censor yourself. You want to try to be present of the moment, be aware of the moment, be aware of how you're feeling and where you're at, and be, of course, aware of your surroundings as well. And I know there's people who've taken time to disconnect from electronics and, do a weekend trip somewhere near nature or like upstate, somewhere like if you're living in like an urban city, to be able to step away and go somewhere like far out that's closer to nature so that you can get some sun, go for a walk, get fresher air, right? Do things like that. And that is, of course, supposed to improve your well being. Like we were, the generation that came before us, they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have TVs, they didn't have any of these devices, and they were surviving fine, they were living fine. So we're in an age where I understand the benefits of it. Like I think the electronics give us more benefits than they do like drawbacks. But everything should be done in moderation, and this is the case with electronics. So this is why I wanted to put this video to issue a challenge for you guys to just disconnect from everything. Whether it's 24 hours, like if you need, if you have, family members, things like that, you can just try to let them know in advance. If you want to experience the challenge, let the people know it's important to you. Let them know that, you want to try this for 24 hours. Or some people like to put on their devices on like do not disturb, so that for most, unless it's something important, right? For most of everything to just kind of like be silent on their phone so that they can focus on what they have in front of them. And that's what I think is the most important part. You don't want to be tied down to your devices, whereas the rest of the world, like life and the rest of the world, is going by you and you're just unaware of it. There's so much to be grateful for, there's so much to be happy about, there's so much to be blessed about in your life that's going very well for you, that a lot of times you miss out because your face is glued into your phone or into your computer or whatever device that you have. So I just want you to try this challenge because I want you, if you haven't done so already, to once again take time to center yourself and to fall in love with yourself and the world and the life that you're living, right? I want you to, if you take away these distractions and disconnect, it'll essentially force you to focus on what you have in your life and what you have going on. And it can help you begin romanticizing your own life, right? Because you are blessed beyond words and you have so many great things going on in your life, and it's up to you. It's always going to be up to you to be aware of it or not. And you have that choice every second of the day. And disconnecting helps you that, even if it's for some time, right? Like sometimes disconnecting will help you realize, will help you be able to take a step back and reflect and think critically of your situation. And sometimes these things that are in your life may not actually be benefiting you that much. It can just be a distraction. There's some people that when they're on a lunch break or have some downtime, they may just run to their phone and then they just go on social media and just start scrolling mindlessly. And then before you know it, they look up and their break is over and they felt that they never did anything productive or felt that like they just didn't even know where the time went. And that's because it's just we've trained ourselves, because we've done it so many times that we just trained ourselves to do these things automatically without thinking. And if you're able to step away and disconnect, you can begin looking at that and deciding if that's something that is beneficial or detrimental to your life, right? There's certain things that are just, they exist to just distract you from your purpose, from your goal and what you actually want to do and accomplish. So it's okay to disconnect. Take time for yourself. Take time to center, realign yourself. Sometimes we need to hit that reset button. And I apologize for the noise. It seems like upstairs they're probably doing some sort of construction. But yeah, take time to center yourself. Like it's okay. It's okay to step away. It's okay to disconnect. We live in an age and an era where the goal, like, what's the term? Attention is currency, right? That's literally the new age currency, is attention. That's why people are online doing things for attention. That's why a lot of time you see these videos and they have all these crazy effects and all the text here. And it's because now people are just fried with dopamine and they don't have the attention span now that they used to back then. It's hard for people to sit, like even for example with YouTube, right? YouTube used to be a platform. When it was created, it was a platform. People just would just share their videos. They would share their moments. They would share the videos. It would just be someone sharing their experience, talking about their experience. And it would just be a simple video with just a camera in front, person talking, no music, no nothing. The person would just be in a random location and they're just sharing their life, sharing about them, their life story. That's how YouTube originated. And you see the most successful channels aren't channels like that. They're the channels with all the crazy graphics, the effects and the lighting, and skipping from one scene to another every half second because they need to keep your attention. Because if their videos are not doing it, then the next person's video will, and they're trying to just grab your attention as long as possible because people nowadays can't focus. It's like that all happened because of the addiction to electronics and technology. We were able to live and survive perfectly fine back then without it. So it's perfectly fine to step away for a while. So that's my challenge to you that I'm issuing to you. Take, whether it's a day, a weekend, a week, a couple hours, just decide that you're going to disconnect and go for a walk. Like just be in some sun, like anything. Even if it's just you sitting down with a notebook in front of you where you're just writing your thoughts, writing what it is that you want to do, writing whatever it is that you want to accomplish, writing out the life that you want to live. That can go such a long way because then you're actually connecting with your true self. And you're realizing that there's so much more to life. And things and things that are happening that are going well for you that you probably would have just missed out. The world's an amazing place, a beautiful place. You just have to have your eyes open and observant for that. And being able to disconnect from everything can help you do that. So it'll be a very beneficial journey to experience that. So that's my challenge that I'm issuing to you. Try one day to just disconnect from everything, all electronics, and see how it improves the quality of your life. So once again, this is Joel. Do leave a like, subscribe, comment down below any thoughts you may have, and share this video with anyone you think would benefit from this. Do turn on post notifications as I'm going to be posting more content very soon. So once again, this is Joel, and I'm out. See you guys for the next video.